Hello and welcome to this voyage of Boggle Rocket. When I was 16, I first saw the Lego Movie in the cinema. It was instantly my favourite movie ever at the time, when I didn't realise there was more to cinema than references and big licensed IPs. But the movie definitely still holds a special place in my heart, as I'm sure it does with a lot of you out there watching this. Heck, a few years ago I sourced a bunch of pieces and reference materials to start construction on a screen-accurate Lego Movie modular-style saloon. I got as far as designing the drinks cabinet and staircase in Stud.io too. Studios? It's got a dot in it. So, flashback to 2014. Naturally, like most children with an imagination, I wanted toys of the things in the movie to play out scenarios myself. I'm also going to admit, right here, that I still play with toys now and again. I mean, literally pick them up, move them around, and act out complex storylines in my head, making all the noises with my mouth. No, I can't. I'm literally contractually obligated not to comment on the smart brick. I can't. I'm sorry. So, with the inherently meta nature of the Lego Movie's narrative based on an existing product, naturally there were already Lego sets on the shelves waiting for me. There's a whole argument to be made here, by the way, about the merit of a company that champions independent creativity, creating a specific product line for its movie about moving beyond the temptation to be locked into only building specific things with that exact product, but capitalism gonna capitalize. We know this. No, I'm teasing. Of course, LEGO would be insane not to create merch for their new movie, and a majority of these sets were those rebuildable 2-in-1 vehicles. It was definitely creative and fun. And the first set I bought for this line was 70808 Super Cycle Chase. Whenever I find this set again after I move house or reorganise my collection, I'm reminded of how much I love it. I mean, let's just start with the basic premise. This is one of LEGO's famous conflict in a box sets, heroes versus villains. The way Ninjago often tackles these is exactly why I was never drawn to that theme. In stories, heroes can take on anything. If you give them a giant dragon mech to battle 2 henchmen, not much of a fight. Heroes are inherently one-sidedly powerful. I prefer my odds more even. Like, oh no, whatever will our heroes do in their giant 6-wheeler missile launcher truck against the villain's greatest superweapon yet? A small archway. Nah, none of that. Here you get 2 great vehicles, one unique and wacky, the other hefty and purpose-built, reflecting the 2 sides perfectly. Speaking of heroes, here's our 2 key protagonists, Wildstyle and Emmett. Immediately, the hood. Exclusive in this colouring to this character across only 7 Lego Movie sets. This is the kind of piece where it's wild they never reused it regularly. It didn't appear again until 2020 in Hidden Side and Video. Man, what is it with Lego themes already inflated by the price of new integrated technology, also including all the cool new molds? Something's going on there. But can you believe the most quote-unquote normal set this hood has appeared in is the Tudor Corner? Never been used in Lego City or Star Wars, ever. So bizarre. I'd love a brown version for my robed Jedi. Big tangent for a single piece of this set, but that just demonstrates its depth. At this point, Emmett was a dime a dozen, and his hair has been reused a fair number of times, mainly in Friends. But the piece of resistance, a brick which is fairly standard, basically an extended headlight brick of sorts, is exclusive to only Lego Movie sets, and 1 junior set in white for some unknowable reason. At least it stays true to this being a mythical one-of-a-kind piece in the story. But think of the applications. The super secret police officers included, are some of my all-time favourites. Look at these body vests, only in 4 sets, all for the Lego Movie. 12 years ago, these were the kind of thing I could only acquire from third-party LEGO weaponry retailers like Brick Arms. I think even LEGO realised they went a bit too tactical with these and pulled the plug quickly. But I just absolutely love them. Throw in these night vision goggles, thankfully utilised in a handful of Jurassic Park, Ninjago, City Police and Marvel sets, and on a certain spy figure, but still only in 18 sets, and only once since 2020. I also love how expendable this bad guy force is. You can easily pick up some of these drones, or pair this with a bigger set like this dropship, then mix and match the heads and headgear for some variety. This has always been important to me when it comes to LEGO. Unique villains are great, but I grew up in an era where named characters were only available in big sets I could never afford. When I was 4 years old, this TIE fighter pilot was a stand-in for Darth Vader. These days, minifigures including unique parts is nothing groundbreaking at all, of course. But these ones all feel so useful for a variety of themes. It's amazing to me that they were barely used again. We haven't even started on the vehicles. The supercycle is definitely aided aesthetically by its stickers, but I do love that orange, more typically seen in Arctic sets than a motorbike. Future Boggle here, that might have been an underestimation when it comes to LEGO motorbikes. Turns out there's a lot of orange ones. While we're back here, great hidden detail with this strange cherry sticker. The cut-off text reads "Good work" and is very reminiscent of stickers I was given by teachers as a child. Remember, the LEGO movie takes place in our world. It's likely Finn, the human protagonist, took this from an exercise book and stuck it on his or his dad's LEGO. A very early indication of the film's eventual plot twist, like Vitruvius's words of wisdom eventually appearing on a cat poster. You can also turn these massive exhaust pipes around to use as cannons like Wildstyle does in the movie, though this isn't advertised on the box or instructions. As for a complete alternate build, one does exist in the movie with the flying supercycle, and Mink66 over on Eurobricks made a mock of this based on the golden instructions from the LEGO Movie video game. Looks like it utilises pieces from outside the set, like these wedge plates, hazard stripes, and a non-existent 60-toothed gear which Mink66 had to 3D print. Comparisons to Acura or the Tron light cycles are difficult to avoid. It's very uniquely shaped, very cyberpunk, and that giant tracked rear wheel is great. But the tracks are utilised elsewhere too, in perhaps my favourite LEGO play feature of all time. I was building this third-party M2 Bradley recently when the tracks suddenly reminded me of this and inspired me to make this entire video. Here it is. It's a spike strip, and God, that's just ingenious. I could, and did back in 2014, do this all day. LEGO peaked with this, I'm deadly serious. I actually never knew this before making this video, but turns out the spike strip was so nice LEGO made it twice, utilising almost exactly the same build minus the super secret police insignia for this city police mission pack 3 years later. It's so simple, made of just 12 pieces and the chain, yet it's so elegant and effective. Helicopter winches, triple axis simultaneously lowering landing gear, they've got nothing on this. Okay, the Galaxy Explorer's rover ramp comes close. Good thing that's my second favourite set of all time. Onto the vehicle that'll be chasing down the supercycle, the police cruiser. The police truck, super secret SWAT van, and golly, what a chonker. I adore this thing. Big and beefy for rolling around, places for the cops to sit in and hold onto, hidden missile pods, dynamite storage. Okay, seems a little archaic for a group of sentient robots, but still cool. As an aside, this narratively fits the villains so well, just as the supercycle fit the heroes. Utilitarian, stark black and white morality, big and threatening. Just some great visual symbolism that you really feel while looking at these two things, even if you only subconsciously notice it. I think what would have completed this set for me would be if it included one of these so-called copper choppers, although I'm actually grateful LEGO went with the cruiser instead of, say, 2 more bikes. The chopper appears in Bad Cop Car Chase, clearly meant as a companion piece of sorts to Super Cycle Chase. I do wish the giant double helicopter from the movie had been made as an official set, but see, just like I said, easily expandable bad guy force. Okay, the title of this video is a little tongue-in-cheek, but it's not a lie either. Like a favourite comfort movie, like the LEGO movie itself, in fact. There might be more critically acclaimed cinema out there, but sometimes things connect with us on a more intrinsic, personal level. I understand there are far more technically accomplished sets, especially these days, but there's something about this scrappy underdog which keeps me coming back to it. It's always stuck with me as a point on LEGO's nearly century-long timeline. Oh yeah, think about that. Where they effortlessly hit their stride. No, there's nothing hugely special about this set compared to absolute classics like the Lion Knight's Castle or modern masterpieces like Rivendell. But, just like Emmett here, the entire point of being special isn't being a single extraordinary chosen one. Realising that you can be special whoever you are is what makes you special. So, maybe this is all nostalgia talking. Maybe it's the fact that the LEGO movie, and by extension this set, made a socially anxious, self-doubting 16-year-old me realise it's still okay to play with LEGO that makes me cherish it. But isn't that just it? Your favourite might be the Friend Stargazing van, the Wildflower Bouquet, the Guarded Inn, or even Toa Liwa. Super Cycle Chase, for its narratively emblematic vehicles, balanced conflict in a single box, unique minifigure parts, an all-time great play feature, and uniform, easily expandable baddies who scratch that tactical itch while still being LEGO appropriate, is my favourite. And that is exactly what makes it special.